Remember to subscribe and like.
Yo, what up? It's Kinachi 369, and right now we're going to some more conspiracy talk. Oh, you thought we was done with Melissa? Heck nah, it's raining right now in the east, and we need to get some digging done. Let's get into it. Right now, everybody are argue and I ask if Melissa was man-made or if it was natural, more leaning to the man-made side. But nobody now asks this question. AI, fake, contorted, manipulated, old and outdated information, media was used to carry off as the current Melissa's effect in what followed.
I feel like I'm being watched.
What if the real danger was not the hurricane itself, but the information war that was caused by it?
Too much information. Too little truth.
Yo, massive. May I tell you, see, within hours of Melissa hitting Jamaica, AI images, fake videos, all sort of posts start flood social media, flood the www.
Jamaica's death toll in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa has moved to 32. The Information Minister, Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, told a press conference today that there were 8 other unconfirmed deaths being investigated by the security forces. Now, she was speaking at a press conference, and our reporter, Kelisha Williams, was there. Kelisha, thank you so much for joining.
We'll say that there are 8 other cases that are unconfirmed that the police and the JDF are now working to verify. So we do expect that number to increase. And so we'll give you another total tomorrow.
Now, in terms of aid, there have been heightened concerns that more attention is being placed on St. Elizabeth, especially Black River, while people in other parishes like Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, and Trelawney are yet to receive aid. Minister of Social Security Colonel Charles Jr. and Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie provided a response. We were also advised that 25 communities remain marooned.
Relief items was placed in all parishes across Jamaica prior to the event. The parishes that are badly affected, all the facilities were destroyed during the hurricane. So it is not that the government did not. We have always placed relief items at strategic points across the country.
Scavenger hunt battle royal style for us, of course.
Time, it's very difficult. I understand the question. It's a question it's a very good question, because the entire country wants to know, how fast can we do this? Let's appreciate that because of the circumstances, because this is a situation that you could never truly forecast. It depends on several variables, and the duration of completing a drop-off or of providing, delivering packages will depend heavily on the assets, on the lift capability. I'll give you an example. Yes.
Oh my God.
While we wanted to do additional lifts, weather did not permit.
Now, in terms of...
And not to mention the death tolls, which, would I say, credible sources do them analysis and then bring it to around in the 30s region, over 30. But you had high number of deaths in the hundreds, and over time we kind of realized that this was in the Caribbean due to the whole Caribbean added up. But who knows with all the destruction and devastation caused? How many people have missing persons due to this hurricane and the devastation that it caused? The floods, the barricades, you understand me? The suffocation and the smothering, the landslide, the mudslides, all sort of things getting blown away. So the wind go going crazy. So
We'll say that there are 8 other cases that are unconfirmed.
yo, I tell you, you see, fear is spread faster than this storm. No cap. Skirt one way and swerve way. Yeah.
Let's take a peek into our Jamaican island art.
I'm gonna show you something. It's when people panic, them don't think. It's when people not think, them easy, you control them. Yeah, easy for you program the chip. Go into them circuits and do what you need to do. And at that the panic cause. Broad topic is division, is control. Fear. Panic.
Share this now. Repost.
Easy to control.
So, here's what I'm digging into next. Who benefits when Jamaicans are scared, confused, and divided? Who benefits from all that low vibe, that low energy? Just to sum it up.
Feels endless, mile after mile. There's nothing but wreckage and silence along a roadway filled with fallen poles and uprooted trees. At every turn, the devastation greets you.
You know, so nice. You're feeling on all palm and tree over there, you know. Eh? You see me Lego? You know, I breeze flop me on the tree like a close ball line, boss. Yeah. So me a flop.
By the time you get to Black River, the images tell a story of heartbreak and survival.
Don't get no normal, this is Black River.
Streets that once bustled with vendors and schoolchildren are now littered with debris. Still, some residents sift through the rubble, clutching whatever food items, hardware supplies, or whatever they could salvage.
Everything flat. Look at there in the BSC.
Others eager to tell their survival story.
Yeah. I've got help in the meds I stand. I say we couldn't move. I saw if we don't have to take our salt water and dirty water. We drink it.
Who puts the sound of the police?
Cho mang. Wahdis. Bumbo cat.
Friday, desperation quickly turned to chaos as looters descended on damaged shops. The situation was so intense, the police fired warning shots into the air to scatter the crowds. A chilling reminder that order is on the edge.
Better not snitch.
Police, the 5-0 is coming.
All check.
Confusion benefits someone. What will you choose? Unity or division? Well, we shall see.
And you know, after doing some more digging, I found some book skeletons. Besides, we barely found it any of our ancestors anyways. And also massive. Remember in the last video when I hinted that harp is connected to CERN? Well, the chain is long. Remember, you know, it's a free world. The tools and the resources are out there. I'm not forcing this info on you. I'm just having a conversations. It's all thrown out there. It's everywhere. It's in books. It's in signs, symbols. It's in movies, cartoons. It's in everywhere. So You do your own research. If you don't want to do any research, that's fine. If you want to just look at it and take it for entertainment, that's the main point of it. But within the entertainment, we gotta have a bit of knowledge and wisdom and connectivity, because right now my people is divided. As much as we're having fun, and I get active out there, we're still a bit divided. And with the division comes chaos and suffering, torment, and the Stone Age, and manipulation, and we get something like the Truman Show or Game of Thrones. But I'm not getting too deep here. Let me know your thoughts on HAARP. Let me know your thoughts on what's going on. Let me know your thoughts on if this was all a script. Let me know if we just need to do some more prayers. We need to get connected with God, get connected with nature.
In 1993, the FAA started warning pilots to stay away from a certain section of airspace over Alaska. The U.S. government was experimenting with a new breed of high-altitude electronic technology that was significantly altering the Alaskan airspace. The experiments continue to this day, and critics are warning that this project could have global effects that will destroy our planet. In Alaska, the rugged, pristine wilderness is timeless, most of it remaining just as it has for thousands of years. In the midst of all this natural beauty, just outside the small town of Gakona, stands an enormous and seemingly harmless antenna farm. It is a $100 million Air Force project known as HAARP, and critics of the soon-to-be completed facility charge it just may turn out to be the ultimate doomsday machine.
It's got all the marks of Dr. Strangelove on it.
HAARP is an acronym for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. According to program manager John Hesher, HAARP is a research facility designed to study the ionosphere.
All the military have communications, surveillance, navigation systems whose paths either traverse the ionosphere or reflect from it. And so we need to be very careful about what we know about it and how we study it. What we're interested in is what is the effect of a large input of energy on the ionosphere.
The ionosphere is the outermost layer of the Earth's atmosphere. It is part of an electromagnetic field that keeps out harmful solar and cosmic radiation. One visible effect of the sun's rays hitting the ionosphere is the aurora borealis, known as the northern lights. The ionosphere also plays a vital role in worldwide radio communication.
The first transmission of radio waves across the ocean were quite a surprise when it was first done. People thought there'd be no chance to transmit signals across the ocean by wireless. And in fact, what the ionosphere does is act like a mirror. And so we transmit a signal and it bounces off the ionosphere and then it bounces off the Earth.
When HAARP is fully operational, it will transmit extremely powerful blasts of high-frequency radio waves directly up into the atmosphere, superheating the electrons that make up the ionosphere. This will cause them to disperse, effectively punching a hole in the ionosphere.
But after you turn the instrument off, this thing kind of moves around and it gets replenished. And within a few minutes, it's back to where you can't even detect that there's a hole anymore.
The Air Force says that manipulating the ionosphere and studying the effect will allow them to improve the efficiency of communications, navigation, and surveillance systems. But researchers outside the military see HAARP as a high-tech weapon with global implications.
The way I see HAARP as it is right now, it is a premier, top-notch, high-energy radio physics experiment, and it has definite military applications.
Journalist Mark Farmer lives in Alaska and has written about the potential impact of HAARP for both Jane's Defense Weekly and Popular Science magazine. He believes that HAARP will be used to take giant X-rays of Earth.
This mapping explanation indirectly explains how the ancient civilizations recorded most of Earth's dimensions.
The Babylonian map of the world dates back to around the 9th to 7th century BC and was excavated in the late 19th century 60 kilometers north of the ancient site of Babylon. The map is inscribed on a clay tablet and written through cuneiform script in the ancient Semitic language Akkadian. Though portions of the chiseled text are indecipherable or missing, there is much to glean from that which remains readable. The map is focused on the life-giving Euphrates River, bisecting the map between west and east regions, each with assumed cities, land masses, and even creatures. Old capital cities such as Haban and Susa of kingdoms of the time are recognizable based on their proximity from the...
Now let's get back to HAARP.
Earth-penetrating tomography is a technique using extremely low-frequency radio waves. Today in geophysical probing, scientists will use explosives or a machine that thumps the ground to produce these waves, but HAARP will stimulate the auroral electrojet
to make an antenna thousands of miles long that will emit these ELF waves.
Farmer's research indicates that the extremely low-frequency waves would be capable of penetrating several kilometers into the Earth, ferreting out nuclear storage facilities and other underground military installations.
This is producing surveillance systems able to detect stealthy cruise missiles and aircraft. These are systems that will enable us to communicate at higher data rates and at greater distances with our ballistic missile submarines.
While the Air Force insists HARP is not an offensive weapon and is necessary for continuing national security, Alaska native Nick Begich proposes a different scenario in this new book.
The things that we found in other Air Force documents, one in particular was a document put together in '82. The document was called Low Intensity Conflict in Modern Technology, with a foreword by none other than Newton Gingrich. One section spoke about using radio frequency radiation transmitters for disrupting human thinking, for basically debilitating troops invisibly by being able to bombard them with radio frequency that was tuned to just the right frequency, in just the right waveform, so as to totally disrupt their mental process and basically debilitate those troops.
Because of HARP's potential to disrupt the Earth's magnetic field, many observers are concerned that it will damage the biomagnetic sensors that migratory animals like salmon and birds depend upon.
Anything that HARP can do to the magnetic field is orders of magnitude smaller than the natural variations of the Earth's field. So I would have to say, no, there's nothing we can do to affect the salmon.
But what generates the most concern by far is HARP's ability to tamper with and punch holes in the ionosphere.
The thing that one of the Air Force documents points out is that they want to use this heater to create enough energy in the ionosphere to get a runaway effect up to the next stabilizing level, whatever that might be.
It's precisely whatever that might be that worries Dr. Patrick Flanagan, a physicist who believes the ionosphere is extremely fragile.
The ionosphere is a chaotic system that is on the edge of instability. So the trigger point for HARP would be that energy and that frequency which throws the ionosphere into chaos. In other words, it would be that point which throws it over the edge.
For example, it is believed that a hole in the Earth's ozone layer has caused an increase in infrared radiation, contributing to the melting of the polar ice caps and forcing New Zealand children to wear protective clothing to school. Flanagan and others believe the potential danger from a hole in the ionosphere is much greater.
It could create a change in the ionospheric shield that protects us from cosmic radiation. We're worried about the ozone layer. The ozone layer is nothing compared to what HARP could do. You know, we're worried about ultraviolet light. That's just a very harmless ray compared to some of those energy streams or particles that are coming from outer space that are being deflected by this natural shield around the Earth. And this is what HARP wants to play with.
Now let's take a look at CERN and DARPA.
CERN, or the European Organization for Nuclear Research, is an intergovernmental organization consisting of 23 member states, responsible for the operation of the largest particle physics laboratory in the world. The facility is based on the France-Switzerland border. CERN is home to half of the world's particle scientists, and is currently operating the world's largest and highest energy particle collider, the Large Hadron Collider. CERN also found Higgs boson. This particle was discovered in 2012 when research at CERN discovered an elusive particle exists, and it's responsible for giving all particles their mass. In simple words, Higgs boson is responsible for the existence of everything we see in the universe.
Attention please. Operation will begin in half an hour.
This agency is going to create the vast weapon systems of the future. That is what DARPA does. They are always 20 years ahead of anything that you or I know. So any technology that is like, what the hell was that I just saw and you're not supposed to have seen, that's DARPA.
They were doing Neuralink in the 90s, right?
They are always doing things 20 years before you know about them, because they do what is called blue sky technology.
Blue sky
right?
research and technology, yes.
But the point of this, when you say, is DARPA doing the most advanced technology? Maybe, but maybe there's another organization like NRO. I mean, people forget there are at least 17 intelligence agencies.
Or go do massive. We could check out what go on the east and on the west. Right now on the island. The weather is still wet. Pun intended.
Sections of Portland and St. Mary were flooded today following prolonged rainfall. As we hear in this report, climate change and neglect of infrastructure are being blamed. Jamila Maitland explains.
With blaring blue lights, a police pickup is positioned sideways in the pouring rain along the Huddersfield Main Road in St. Mary Friday to warn motorists. Sections of the roadway were left impassable due to heavy flooding. Along the Stewarttown Main Road, frustration grew. Floodwaters greeted our news team, not the 2026 welcome from the normally hospital residents. George Idle said the community needs assistance.
This is the fourth time I'm a flood out, and I asked the Prime Minister help this time, and fourth time flood. Nothing. This is the worst one I've seen in 74 years.
Chairman of the St. Mary Municipal Corporation, Fitzroy Wilson, says, aside from the intense rainfall, poor management of the Soakaway is the reason for the flooding.
Months ago, we would have spoken to the National Works Agency because there's a Soakaway there, and it is not being maintained. The drainage along the road, major roadway, it is still not clean even after the hurricane season and leading up to the hurricane season.
Mr. Wilson, who was leading a team from the corporation during preliminary assessment, says the damage could have been worse if it happened at night. The rain also exposed asphalt from recently paved roads. Pipes and utility poles are also compromised.
You can see all this, so we need a little drainage. So we like to go for them to go assistance.
In neighboring Portland, similar problems. This woman looks out at her backyard, swallowed by water in Hope Bay. Her laundry hanging on to said Hope, and it stares at its ghostly reflection in the dirty floodwaters.
There was no water, but as you can see, there's a swamp behind. So I don't know if that's what caused the water to seep in so quickly.
In St. Margaret's Bay, residents were marooned in their own home. Both communities are located close to the Rio Grande, but residents say there is a greater problem.
Mommy said it's happened about 3 times last year. I know it's the second year, and the reason why this is happening is because of the condition of the drainage. Yes, not the river and the drainage, and people can't even somebody to come and take their place.
Of concern too is the potential for a health crisis.
The virus is going around, and this is children in the area. I even see kids walking on the road. It is water, and there's a lot of bacteria. This is going to water road.
Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
But people are coming in, some are just out of curiosity, others coming in just to see what they can hunt, and we're trying to discourage that. So if you don't have to come into Black River, please don't.
For many residents, calm feels like a distant dream. The one scenic town known for its fishing, tourism, and deep history now lies in ruin. Buildings crumbled while debris piled atop each other in the harbor as tension fills the air. Electricity and running water remain cut off, and with supplies dwindling, frustration grows by the hour.
Barely clear the way for this storm, tear down everything. And then all building in a Black River caused all of this. Black River now come back and come to. We are looking for years before we rebuild this. And there's no work, no nothing. The body of them for own nothing there now. We're starving at this brother.
Amid the heartbreak, there are glimmers of hope. Relief aids have been coming in droves, so too resources like helicopters to assist with the recovery efforts.
We're going to have those helicopters flying day and night, dropping in food to centers down there to feed the people and clothe them, give them medication, leave them with water. All that goes with it.
Remember, you just experienced conspiracy talk with Kinachi. 3, 6, 9 active. We're gonna do some more research. Yeah. Kinachi. That's some news.